Divisional playoff football. Since they're even, I'm not even going to upgrade an 81 team versus an 81 team. The last time they showed off, the Seahawks won. They're both 13-4. So I decided to play it as the Seahawks. Seahawks versus Bears is constant. Usually this is the championship, but they aren't going to let me this year. So the divisional is fine. So the Seahawks really want this Super Bowl because, like, the Browns getting to the championship, they needed that because it's the Oilers. You want to stay ahead of them. 42 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 4,724 yards, 264 completions. So another pass-heavy team in DK. We're at home with the Hawks. But the Bears are nothing to laugh at. It's not going to be like the Columbus game. They could really give us trouble here. Big completion to DK. The Seahawks are lethal early. Touchdown, John West, as he runs it in. 3 plays. To take it to the house. So that's how strong these Seahawks are going to come out. Dipsey Madden, divisional game. And the extra point is missed. And you can't be doing that. (4,393 yards, 35 touchdowns, 24 interceptions, 276 completions out of 391. So the handoff to Kroom goes for negative. So, Fields is an elite quarterback, but he's never been able to get that Super Bowl, and they just need every shot that they can get there. But he's still young, so I feel like it's okay if he's not gonna get this. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about how they need this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks, it all comes down to their ownership, really. To the 49-yard line. Wayne is out there to return any and everything perfectly. John West with another run. I'm going to give him 28 yards on the day. Now they're trying to make up for that mixed extra point as fast as possible. To the end zone. Harvin, touchdown. The Seahawks are going to be the ones to really beat. As they're up 12-0 now in the divisional round. Big time 2-point conversion to go up 14-0. So Harvin gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. At the bottom of your screen, you can see Cleveland beat Columbus in the divisional round. And in that game, Houston beat Brooklyn. I don't know why it's not showing, but this is one of the greatest rivalries of the NFC. It's Dipsey versus Dipsey. So that little bit of pressure made him trip up. And it saved the day. That was all on Russell. The run going nowhere. Well, 3rd and 11, biggest third down of the season for the Bears. And they throw in some crazy, stupid screen that did not work. I can't believe. Ow! So it's looking really bad for the Bears. Really bad so far. First incompletion over there. Looks like just chasing down. Sacked. Touchdown, Seahawks. They're up 20-0, so it just shows kind of like this is what happens to the Bears. When you let them be the best. Have never been the best, though. Always number 2. How often do you really get to see the 2 best teams play in the divisional game? Because I think the Bears could have beat the Giants, honestly. They never played all year, so... (31-24) final in Cleveland-Columbus game. What we're looking at in this game is a slaughter. But where'd DK Metcalf go in these playoffs? Is he gonna retire this year? Almost complete. Picked off. By Chamberlain. So it comes in the garbage time of the first half. They do get a pick on West. That's a big deal. And they might have turned it into points on the board before the end of the quarter. Let's see. Yeah. No. Missed it. Left. So the first half ends with a pick. And they can't do anything else. 10 passing yards, 7 rushing yards. And that's the road to see who plays New Orleans or New York. So no matter what, it's a new championship versus Dipsey. A new Dipsey championship, if you will, in the NFC. I'm personally rooting for New Orleans, because Keandre likes New Orleans, and if you like New York, you like Patrick CC on YouTube, who I do actually watch and criticize, and I like some of his videos, and I don't like some of them, but it's okay. But that's why, he likes those Giants. Patrick CC, shout out to you. You basically won the NFC this year, because you're the only Giants fan I could think of. So good job. And then New Orleans, my friend Keandre, he likes the Saints. But of course, if you're a fan of either of those teams, they're not Dipsey Madden teams, they're computer teams. So they're fan-owned teams. So you can claim them in the comments down below. So if you're feeling New York or New Orleans, let me know. and we can try to see if they'll make it into the Super Bowl. But I don't think they will. But we'll see them in the championship for sure, one of them. And if you claim them, you can brag all you want on me. Be like, well, but my team made it this far against you. The Saints. This is the last Dipsey NFC game. The next one is going to determine whether it's a Dipsey Super Bowl or a computer Dipsey Super Bowl. Will it be Dipsey versus the computer or a rigged Dipsey game, essentially? Like every season. You can bet on it, but you know, you never know. Ah! Oh no, come on. We don't want to see someone hurt when like their season's ending. Let's all calm ourselves just a little. They're just fighting to get on the board, I swear. Come on, Justin. Justin Fields drops back in the shotgun, and he gets it to number 5 for the first down. He didn't really drop back. He just was in the shotgun. Now he's behind center. And he hands it to the running back, who goes nowhere. And Kroom has 22 yards today. On, I don't know, I think 7 rushes. It's just not good. You know, not only that, but Fields. We'll look at his stats here after that good throw. 10 for 15, 97 yards. But it's late in the third quarter. They're trying to get that first touchdown. They're down 4 of them. Here comes Kroom. Wanted that touchdown so bad. Gets it down to the 2. So the first game I ever showed you guys was the Bears versus Seahawks. And here are the Bears scoring in garbage time against Seahawks. This is the Bears against the Browns, I mean. That's the first game. And Nagy was the coach then, he's the coach now. But maybe they want to start thinking about changes. I don't think you do in your head coach, but definitely your other personnel. And just get a good rookie somehow. Maybe make a big blockbuster trade to get someone who can get you that championship. Because they could use a running back who's like a number 2 to their number 1. Or anything really, just something exciting. You got Fields, he's good enough. Right? They even could use, like, their wide receiver, Mooney, he's a number 1. But they were in the Super Bowl more regularly when they had Mooney and Robinson. They have depth at wide receiver. It's just their style isn't really made for it, I guess. I don't know what you do for them. Maybe you just Run the ball. And focus on the offensive line. Like here, though, we got Juan Huayna. He's like third string. But he's a really good third string wide receiver. Let's see. Toss it to him in the end zone. Touchdown. Juan Huayna. Like, Juan Huayna is as good as Mooney, and he's our third string. I would say. Or he could be with development. He isn't, but he could be, and he's on a level. He can make a catch like that, because he's fast enough. No! Missing the extra point. I'm going to keep that 34-7. That's how divisional football just goes sometimes. You never really know. But you usually know. We knew the Seahawks were the better team coming in. It's always been that way, though. Like, since 2020. I guess it's just not that far off. It's only 8 years later. 7 years. 7 years later, it's still the same story. Maybe in the next 7 years, it'll change, and the Bears will break one. Get to the 24, 37 yards after the catch. That was Kroom, the running back, who is like a number one, but they got rid of Montgomery, their original actual running back, and settled for Kroom, I think. Kroom's a number one. Just, they need a little more depth, I would say. Batten to not play the Seahawks once a year, but then they would have the upper hand at them, which has happened before, and that's when they go lose the Super Bowl. Because it's someone like the Browns, or last year it was the Oilers. They made it to the Super Bowl last year, didn't they? And this year... Touchdown. Touchdown Fields. So they're staying in it. They're staying in it. To the end zone. Down at the 1. That's Harvin. What the heck? So how are you supposed to stop that if they start running plays like that in the Super Bowl? The problem is that they usually don't, you know. when the computer gets a hold of them, they tend to be a little more West Coast, a little more run heavy. So 14-41, we got reversed scores here with 4 minutes and 47 seconds left. There's still way too much time in a game that's over. This is another, like, classic falling apart. It always happens. Why do they always fall apart? They're so good. They're our team. We're trying so hard. Then they just fail. They never have it in them as a computer team. Another big reception by Kroom, down to the 6. 240 yards and a touchdown for Fields today. And it's like, they're still gonna lose. How is it possible? Touchdown. So this is what we could have had all game. Where were they? A minute 57 left. Just call it a day, y'all. So the Bears do concede at 21-41. That's nice. It's good to see a good sport. So that's it in Seattle. Mercy finally has been called. It's a really good game. The Seahawks are headed to the championship to play New Orleans or New York. Who do you think it is? My guess, New York. But I think it's gonna be New York. But I want it to be New Orleans. So let's go. The Super Bowl might run through Seattle this year, but we don't know until the Saints win or not. So go Saints in Dipsey Madden. The 13-4s. They're 10-7 going up against the 14-3 team. Like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. So Houston won 22-7. Let's go. Let's go to next week then. It's championship week. Oh yeah. Might do it next week, but we can still see. So the Seahawks get a taste of championship against the New York Giants. The New York Football Giants. They did it. Patrick CC, you made it. You made it all the way to the championship. Congratulations. Congratulations. So we're looking at possibly a Browns Seahawks rematch. Possibly a Oilers Seahawks first time Super Bowl. Oilers New York first time Super Bowl. Or Browns New York first time Super Bowl. Well, there's a lot more first time Super Bowls than rematches. Thank God. Browns versus Seahawks. It's the only rematch in there possible. Brings a tear to my Dipsey Madden eye to know that most likely we won't get another rematch. It has to do with, the hope of New York you would get again. I doubt it, but they made it all this way despite everyone. And I think it just shows that we're never gonna add any more Dipsey Madden teams, especially in the NFC. If we do, it'll just be more AFC. Because, or what the trick would be is if someone really wanted to win, like Skyler is doing, he has the best strategy. You pick someone in the NFC. Danny might want to relocate. Or David is in the NFC and his team is just waiting to be good one year. The Cowboys, they've been close. They're on a down year. Holy cow, though. The New York Football Giants are 14-3, and they beat the 10-7 New Orleans Saints to go to the championship game against the Seahawks, who have the same overall as them and are white hot. Can't be stopped. Then you got the undefeated Houston Oilers going up against the 14-3 Cleveland. And the New York has a better record than Seattle. 13-4. John West, though, threw for 4,000 yards almost. DK Metcalf, and, all that. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Championship football. There's only 3 games left. We played 3 games this weekend so far, so I'll either get those 3 or next weekend. We'll see that. It's just a lot. Just a lot. Well, until next time.